Hello.
And welcome to
Champagne Room Secrets, the show where two hilarious sex workers give you a peek behind the curtain of the adult industry through personal anecdotes, content analysis, and sometimes interviews.
Oh my God.
I'm Barbie.
And I'm Kitty. And this is part 2 of our Valentine's Day episode.
Welcome. Thank you for watching part 1.
We had a little yap attack. We just needed to catch up with y'all because we haven't seen you in a year. So if you want champagne secrets of the week, if you want to hear what we've been up to, go check out Ep 1 of season 4. Otherwise, This is Ep 2 of season 4, and we're going to tell work stories.
Let's just jump right into it. You go first.
Yours is more interesting than mine.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, no, mine are short. So I mentioned in episode 1 of season 4 that I've been taking a break from doing sex work. I just checked my calendar. My last in-person session was July. But what was interesting is towards the end of spring, beginning of summer, I don't know about y'all, but hella people out here were having a hard time
In the summer?
Sociopolitically.
Oh, I mean,
and
is it better or worse now?
I don't know now. I don't know. We'll see.
But
I noticed a trend in my bookings, which honestly might have led to me taking a break. I think the last 4 or 5 bookings I had, my client cried, and they're different clients. I had some serious.
Oh my God, you had some
sad
holy shit
boys.
I don't think I've ever had someone cry before.
Yeah. Obviously, that's one of the nice things about the work is you
Yeah.
hold people and care for them.
Right,
and that
of
there's
course.
a lot of really important parts of intimacy that you don't necessarily get outside of that container. But it was crazy. We joke about people crying in the club.
Yeah.
Which got a little too real. People were just really feeling it. And again, it's a gift to be a provider.
Yeah.
To care for people in through hard times. But I was kind of shook how much crying. And it's not crying because we had an intense scene. It was crying because I don't think they talked about these things with people at all.
A lot of sex workers clients, we get told things, and I've said this for years at this point, even when you're a stripper, we get told things, usually by men, things that they've never told anyone. Even if they're married or if they have friends, it's well, especially with man friends, they're not going to discuss their feelings for the most part.
Yeah. Well, and that's the champagne room secret of it all, ain't it?
Write that down.
I was deep in the secrets, and it was crazy. And a lot of the bookings were moving towards more cuddling and mommy dom and very soft, sweet, holding, caring role. So it made sense. But I genuinely think my last 4 or 5 in-person sessions with people, tears, big old tears, big sad cries. And
that's so interesting.
Some of them were wild. Some of them I'm I feel you, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
It's so heavy, and I don't want to bring them here because it's heavy and sad. But oh boy, shout out to therapists, man.
And honestly, both of our therapists.
They're not watching because they have boundaries. But also what gagged me so much is them still wanting to go through with everything planned after. To be oh, Craig, but also I do kind of want to be treated like a baby.
I still want a hand job.
I still want a goot if that's okay. And it's just the emotional whiplash in me was crazy. But one of my notable criers, he came in hot off being blackmailed by an online worker. He was he was handling it over text as he was walking into the session. I'm not even gonna talk about that person or whatever. Right. My only note is you really picked up a broke mark.
Oh, it makes me feel so sad for your client.
Yeah. Well, and we talked it through, and it's just
poor guy.
Young guys, they don't get it, but it made him come out to his family about hiring workers in person and seeing workers online.
That's so sad.
I know, sweet baby boy.
Oh
and
my
that's
God.
not even what he cried about.
How do you actually blackmail someone? How evil in your soul are you? And that was not a kink of his, because some guys are into blackmail.
Oh, some people are into that, and I find that really cool and interesting.
Yeah, but that's probably maybe it's not something that went too far.
This felt very much like a guy who just wanted some nudes. And it just got goofed up.
In that case, I'm listen, man, just go to Pornhub and get it for free.
I do think not everyone is equipped to directly engage with providers.
Yeah, well, then also it's like some people treat sex work like as like a tourist kind of thing. They're not trained providers, and they are also you can be a scammer no matter what you are.
Yeah, but it was just like he came in freaking out, and I was worried it was going to be something that like affected me or the session or whatever, and he's like, I'm being blackmailed and I have to sit down and text this person, and I just kind of like, so how was your day? Was the drive-in okay? And then he booked me a bunch back to back, mostly because I think I'm the only person he could talk to about this, and it was just for cuddle sessions. Some people just need to be held, and that's why sex work is important.
Yeah. Do I need to be held? No, I don't like cuddling, but you know, some people do. That's what animals are for.
That's literally what pets are for.
That's what my pets are for.
Pets are for hugging.
I'm just kidding. I'll cuddle, I guess, but I never fully like it.
So our last episode that we recorded in season 3/2025 was what we thought was the end of the trilogy of SMEGMAGATE. SMEGMAGATE began episode 35. That is paywalled, but you can find it.
It's like 3 years old. Yeah.
SMEGMAGATE began with Barbie's second client ever. Yeah. And if you want to hear about that, that is CRS episode 35. That is pay gated, but you can get there. And then it continued episode 51, our last episode that we have ever recorded, which was Valentine's Day 2025. Episode 90. Nice, we did pretty good. The end of SMEGMAGATE. Guess what? It wasn't the end. This bitch went back on her word. She saw him again, and that is Barbie's work story.
You guys, I need a money. If this man ever finds this podcast, I'm gonna kill myself.
That's fine. We might change how we talk about him.
We thought of a new name.
Mr. Spaghetti.
All right. You
anyway,
guys
he's
know
no longer
the number one. This is like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The number one villain of the Champagne Room Secrets was we used to call him Cheese. Okay, that was his name.
And his arc was SMEGMAGATE, but we are rebranding.
We're gonna rebrand him because I have to be so fucking honest. He really only had cheese that first time, and because it was my second escort booking ever, it was very impactful.
Yeah, I would say traumatizing.
Because after that second booking, 50% of my bookings as an escort had cheese in them.
All right. Okay. So
And that's how numbers work.
Hey, so anyway, we're no longer calling him that. Mr. Spaghetti booked you, and you said yes, despite saying that you'd never see him again.
I need money.
It's okay.
I did not work a lot last year. Even if we did have the podcast last year, I legitimately did not work that much.
We primarily did art.
I was being an actor.
Yeah, we mostly did art. And
I was being a professional actor.
Thank you to the Oasis family for keeping us professional artists.
Employed. So yeah, I told myself after the last booking, basically there was some body hair, there was some warm whipped cream.
She said she was done, and you can go back to episode 90 to hear about it. I think it's the third time you said you never see him again.
Yeah. He had a very interesting request that I didn't think was possible at a booking. He's like, can you recreate this? And sends me a picture of Sharon Tate in a wet t-shirt. Like she did this very hot photo shoot in a wet t-shirt. And I was like, what do you mean by that? Do you mean like have sex when I'm wearing a wet t-shirt? Do you watch me get the t-shirt wet? Am I doing a one-woman wet t-shirt contest?
And he's like, actually, I'm so sorry.
Actually,
thank you to all the participants today, but
I lose my one-woman to my t-shirt contest. And so that is like the request.
So what did you do for the wet t-shirt?
So his request. Okay. So first of all, I looked up what are the best t-shirt fabric compositions for a wet t-shirt contest. And it was honestly like kind of hard to get answers. Yeah, that was it. But then sometimes cotton is really thick. Sometimes I think like men get an idea of what sounds hot, but it's like a little nebulous. You're like, I think burping is hot. I think wet t-shirts are hot. And then I'm like, okay, slay. I love that. But
it's something that would make sense on a screen.
That's what I mean. I'm like, let's talk about the logistics of this. Because when my client was like, I want this. And I'm like, okay, but we're not at like a redneck barbecue. Like, I don't know. Like, where else? I don't know. Where else did you wet t-shirt contest?
Wait, okay. Clarifying question. You're the one who keeps on saying contest.
Yeah.
Okay.
What other context do you have a wet t-shirt other than a wet t-shirt contest? So I started calling it a one-woman wet t-shirt contest because yes, those are my words.
Because guess what? You're a comedy writer.
I'm
ever heard of it?
A comedian and a professional actress.
Okay. So you bought something specific for this.
I bought a white shirt. First of all, I don't own a white shirt. What am I, a straight person? No, I have white shirts with stuff on them. I don't have a plain white tee like the band. Is that a band?
Yeah, I saw them when I was a
bet they're
teenager.
bad. Oh, sorry.
No,
I bet
it's
it's
fine.
men going, meh.
If that's a hey there, Delilah. What's it
Oh,
like
that's
in
their
New York
fault?
City? Yes, it is.
Oh, brother.
Anyway, you bought a plain white tee.
Sorry, I'm hopping around the timeline right now because we're just like messaging about it, and he's like, "Well, I think we'll need a space like with a good area in the bathroom," and then I'm like, "What do you think?"
You mean like a shower?
Yeah, he's like, "Well, let me know if that'll work." I'm like, "Will what work?" I'm like, "What is?
What do you mean?
It's always like a weird fetish, and then not even a fetish, like a weird porn thing. Not even okay. Sorry, he's not even into weird porn things. It's like high school sex movies.
He's got like a checklist.
But it's like no, but it's like literally like an early 2000s raunchy teen comedy.
Yeah.
Because it's been the whipped cream. Okay?
Yeah.
It's we're the wet t-shirt. And a third thing I wish I had off the top of my head because you need to have three things when you use that. Oh, three-way. So
Oh, he really is just like, damn, what did I really want at 15?
no, totally. So it's like, yeah.
Well, I mean,
it's a 2-minute ones. I want to have this. I want to have.
I mean, I will say like doing this with workers is cool.
And you know, at this point, I'm like, say less. I'm gonna bring a white t-shirt. We're gonna figure it out because here's the thing. I want to bring the podcast back, and it will make a funny story.
You
So,
get to the booking.
We get to the booking, and I have not seen him in a year. At this point, I've known him for 3 years, right? I've been an escort for about 3 years. And I will say, I do think his confidence has gotten a lot better. Like, it wasn't as awkward. Like, we comes in, we say hi, oh, it's good to see you. He immediately gets on the bed and kind of gestures to come over, and he like kind of like holds me like half cuddling kind of thing. And he's like, how have you been? And I'm like, oh my God. Like, sometimes like people who aren't, they're newer to getting workers. They are not hobbyists. Like, they're really young, all these things. They're so awkward. You get there and you're like, hey, big guy. And they're like, hi, you know. And like, that was probably his vibe because 3 years ago, that booking was the first time he ever hired someone.
Oh my God.
So it was my second booking ever, his like first time seeing an escort. Even though we don't see each other frequently, because the times we have, I've talked about. And I basically talked to him like this. I'm like, all right, diva. I didn't say diva. I got the white shirt. We can go to the bathroom. I have my fancy little, not fancy, but like little portable lights because bathroom lighting is horrible. Like, I know what you mean. No, but I think about these things. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to bring in my little light. I'm like, what is good for you? Do you want me to stand in the shower and do you kind of want to watch the water get on me? Do you want to watch the shirt getting wet? I do a little 1, 2. Hello. I had plenty money. 19.
Santa baby.
Just mix up all the sexiest songs.
What if it was 1v1 and you made him do a wet t-shirt as well?
We both do wet t-shirt. We rate each other. That's the booking. The gag is this man, he's stinky. And so I was like, before he brought up the wet t-shirt thing, I was like, I should shower with him and be like, let me wash you. And so that was already on my mind. And so when he brought up the wet t-shirt thing, I was like, oh my God, what a perfect excuse.
Genius.
And so when I brought up the idea and I was like, or you can be in the shower with me. We can do that. And then I can like take it off. We can shower together. Or do you want me to get it wet and then come out and we hang out on the bed? I know it's a stupid question, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to make this scenario that's not in a raunchy teen comedy.
Because you're an entertainer.
Give me the role.
So what did you end up doing?
So it ended up being the most sensible option, which was like, I'm in the shirt. I think I wore like a thong too. I think he got naked because he was going to join me. I turn on the shower. I do a little... Oh, is it see-through enough? And then he just gets in the shower with me. He gets on his knees. So the water is kind of spraying down. And I'm like, on him. Oh, I'm like trying to clean him. I'm like, oh. I'm like, okay.
You're like trying to make a water luge. Like,
yeah, I'm trying to be like, he's here.
And you're trying to get the water down
and
your
I'm
body.
like, so I'm like the shower water onto him to clean him. I'm like, and honestly, it was like very short. I took the shirt off and then, yeah, booking continues as usual. I will say like the details aren't super interesting, but what was interesting and kind of wholesome was we did like a little bit like a look back on the past 3 years.
You did a wrapped. You did your...
We did a client wrap.
A client wrap.
In that moment, I was like, oh, I feel so bad. Like, I've just like, I wouldn't say I'm like super mean about this person, but I've been very honest. I have been very visceral. And I'm also somebody who, I love my job, but it does get to me in ways that like maybe hygiene issues would not get to other people. And so for me, something that is like, maybe other people be like, oh, that's just with sex, that's normal. I'm like, this ruined my whole week. But I will say, it's like, that is me. Like, I do ultimately believe that like bodies are neutral, and sometimes you don't control what it does, and it shouldn't be a thing that is shamed. If you have body odor, if you have issues, like, I think there's ways to be like mindful about it, but I also am like, I don't want to like shame people about like natural body
there's things
functions.
There's things that you don't like that people do, and there's things that you do like that others don't.
Right. I guess like my thing is like, damn, he actually is like really sweet, and here I am making him like the villain of my whole podcast.
You don't, but I will say that shows how much your career has grown and how much you have grown, because when he was your second client, you didn't have other experiences.
All I had is a mouthful of cheese and a dream.
Do we want to rebrand SMEGMAGATE, or do we just want to keep on calling it that? I guess is the big Q.
I feel like I could not in good faith keep calling it SMEGMAGATE.
Cool.
I like, what was his name again?
Mr. Baghetti.
We're going to call him Mr. Baghetti.
Yeah.
And I don't even want to say why that's his nickname. If you can figure it out, you're probably right. That's what we're going to do. And it's not going to be a whole thing. It's like, if I see him, if it's funny, like the wet t-shirt thing was funny.
That's extremely funny.
So if it's funny, and here, like, not him, but now that I've had several of my clients watch the podcast because I gave it to them, because I get closer with people. Like, I've had people I've now seen for 2 or 3 years, that I do want to make it known. It's like, I do not talk about all of my clients.
Oh, no. I mean, you don't talk about everyone in your personal life.
So it is a thing when I share it, when I talk about it, my clients want to hear it. I'm like, and sometimes maybe if I have talked about them, I'm like, oh yeah, I did talk about you in an episode. I mean, I probably do talk shit, but I don't feel like I'm unnecessarily mean. Oh my God, cue to like someone makes a super cut of all the times I'm like really mean. But like, I feel like I'm being honest. I feel like at the end of the day, it's like my experience, and I do actually try to see the best in people, and I do actually like my job. So it's like a weird thing where it's like, I don't talk about everybody. Usually has to be something that's like honestly grosses me out. That's number one, like a bad thing, or like they're so wholesome and cool, and it was like actually like fun to have this like thing, or it's like interesting.
Yeah.
So it's like funny, interesting, gross. That's kind of what I do. The worst that's happened is hygiene issues and someone being kind of weird. So it's like, even that, like, I can't even, like, I'm not like, oh, I've talked about like horror stories, because like they're horror stories in the way I'm experiencing it.
Yeah.
But like to someone else, they might not be a horror story at all. Like, it's just how I am interpreting what's happening to me in like the context of my life and like the world.
Yes.
But
also, at the end of the day, we are delivering this in a way that's meant to be entertaining to you.
Right, it is entertaining. So it's like, also, yeah, right. Like, I do play it up a little bit for like a joke. Like, and now it's like, it has become a thing where like in bookings, I'm like, oh, this would be funny. This is how I'm going to tell them.
Well,
and now it's like the snake eating its own tail. It has become a thing where it's like, now that we're doing this thing, even though we don't have like a ton of viewers, 1,000 cross platform, I'm not doing things in my bookings to make them podcast topics, but I do lean into stuff, and I do start writing the jokes in my head as they're happening. And then if people know about the podcast, if my clients, are they going to start doing and saying
doing it
things
for the bit as well,
so they get talked about?
Hey,
and don't mean like, don't do that unless the
Don't.
joke is to give me a lot of money.
wait, you guys, it'd be so funny
So funny if someone just gave me so much money.
if you just like give like $5,000.
Just like $5,000, just like a little bit, so Kitty and I can go to Mexico in 2 weeks, and then we can hang out with a lot of gay people. I'll do a nude. I'll take a nude.
Oh,
Hey,
that's a professional actor offer.
as an actor,
Oh, I guess it's
it's actually not illegal to sell nude photos. Not yet. Not the ones in the Epstein files. Do you have anything else you want to say?
no.
I thought you were gonna burp.
Yeah, I
Save that
thought I
for
was going
tomorrow.
to.
If you want to learn about Kitty's burping, you have to listen to last episode.
Yeah, I mean, let us know if you enjoyed seeing us again, and if you didn't, don't let us know.
I want all the comments to be, I'm so glad to see you.
Be like, oh my God, I missed you so much. I love you. Oh my God, mwah, mwah, mwah. I'm sending you $5,000. Feet are still on the table for.
I can't. It's so hard. This dress.
Oh
is-
yeah, don't hurt
Oh my
yourself.
God! Look how dirty my socks are. Ew! I need to clean my floors.
Bare feet are on the table for minimum 4 figure.
Oh, you thought you knew the barefoot Contessa?
You like the barefoot Contessa? Get ready for 2 barefoot Contesses.
Wait, that's actually good. Write that down. Anyways, we didn't say this last episode, but you should subscribe.
And like and comment and share with your friends.
Share with your friends.
Follow us. CRS.show on Instagram.
We need to start using Instagram again. We do have that Instagram, but Kitty and I also post a good amount and respond on our own social media.
Yeah.
So if you really do want to get a hold of us, it's at Bloodglass, at Kitty Kapow. Yeah. We're linked through that. So if we don't always log into that Instagram because frankly, it just doesn't have that many followers.
Well,
and we're more active on our personal Instagrams or personal, like our state. Well, I don't know.
Whatever. Hey, guess what? It only has to make sense to me for me to do it. And that's it. And that's actually it. Thanks for tuning in. Happy season 4.
Teen Choice Awards.
We gotta keep on using that joke. Thank you guys. We'll see you when we see you because we're only gonna do this when we want to.
Sorry.
Bye, lovers.
Bye. Was there a quote like, do something and they will come?
That's from a baseball movie.
Like the sport?
No, the other baseball.
What is the quote though?
Build it and they will come.
They don't even build anything
in baseball.
in baseball
movie.
I know what a movie is.
It's like, okay, but I know there's ghosts in it.
Ghosts?